Back row minister of the world premier, Mr. Marketing, coming back at you live and direct. So, shocker yesterday. One of my friends called me. I was working, so I wasn't really paying attention to the news feeds. But shocker yesterday that I hear that Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away, and he passes away at the age of 54. And if you've been paying attention to death of famous people over the last couple of years, we're seeing that it used to be 27, but now the number has moved to 54. We've had a lot of stars pass away at 54. And we talk about the world of sacrifice. We know that 54 is becoming a big number when it comes to sacrifice and ritual sacrifice, and we'll look at that today. So we know that Malcolm Jamal Warner was on the Cosby Show. He played Theo Huxtable for a long period of time, pretty much throughout the show's run. He's not the only person on the Cosby Show to die. His wife, also, who was on the Cosby Show, passed away of stomach cancer, but that was years later after the show's run had ended. So we see Michael Jamal Warner was born on August 18th, 1970, died July 20th, 2025. So we can look at this two ways if we pull up the calculator. So from his death to his birth date would have been 29 days. And for those that know, 29 is the 10th power. So we talk about 29 is a prime number. So, when they pick these dates, you got to remember that the numbers must match up to the ritual. So I know a lot of people saying, Mahdi, what are you talking about, a ritual? Well, don't get into the mind state that these things just take place. Malcolm Jamal Warner, very avid swimmer, just goes to Costa Rica and just drowns in an ocean that he's probably swam in several times. So they always use something that is believable and isn't believable. So we see that he drowned, he is asphyxiated, he so-called got caught in the rip current or rip tide, which can happen. So these things can take place. But and believable or not believable, because you got a lot of things that have taken place in Costa Rica with stars, coming up dead on the island of Costa Rica. It's not the first time, and we'll do a history on that. So 720, the day that he died, was a day with 72, 36, 18, 52, which we did a lot on 52, the number of prophecy. So 52 is the number of prophecy. Trump was doing prophecy talk with the Iran-Israel situation that just took place. So they're bringing you back to prophecy. And like I say, they always need these powerful deaths. And also, you see how they throw the 27 back in there? Remember, we say that two numbers that you always see in these ritual deaths is 27 and 54. He died on a date with 54 numerology at 54 years old. So you see those energies must match. 27, 54, 34. He died on the date with 34 numerology as well. So we got 27 numerology on the day he died, 54 numerology on the day he died, and 34 numerology. And to get that by using the science of gematria, you're just adding. It's just simple addition, how you get these things. So this is not a complex mathematical trick that they use. They put it in your face. It's mockery. They know you're going to find this ridiculous, so you're not going to sit there and do it. And they get away with these things. So it's simple mathematics on how you beat these people. So it has to match up because it's about energy. When we talk about various energy, the energy has to match up for the ritual to work in their minds. Like I say, these people really believe this stuff. That's why they do it. So Malcolm Jamal Warner becomes another victim in one of their sick rituals. But the ritual is always for someone. And we'll get to the someone this ritual was for. But the day he died, 27, 54, 34 energy. The day they reported it, and I always look at the day of the report was the next day, 7/21, because I looked at the feeds in the morning, I saw nothing. And by the evening, that was the story, or afternoon. So 721 to 818 is 28 days. So he dies 28 days before his birthday on the report day. Okay? And you see, that day had 73 numerology, 73 the 21st prime number. So we hit 73. And see, we get the 21st prime number. So he died on the day of prime numbers. Prime numbers are powerful numbers to these people. We got 37 numerology, 37 the 12th prime number, and 12 is usually the number of completion. I did an album called 12. 19 the number of chaos, and then we got 17 the kill code. So we'll pull up 17, but anytime you see 17 is the kill code. And they made sure that they announced it on 721, the day with the 17 numerology, to let you know what this is. So they'll put it in your face because you're not going to believe it. It's unbelievable that, people would sacrifice people. It's unbelievable. Yet they've been doing this for centuries. You see it on the movies. We just act like it's entertainment, but it's been going on for centuries. It's been going on for a long time. So those were the numerology, the key takeaways, the 34, the 54, the 27. Most of the things we see in ritual sacrifice, and of course 17, the kill code. You heard me talk about that on many occasions if you've been rocking with me, that kill code number being there. And he dies 28 days, 29 days, which is the 10th prime. He dies on the day with prime numbers. Following the next day, they put out the actual report. So, Malcolm Jamal Warner, an actor best known for his role as Theo Huxtable. And you see they said Theo Huxtable and not Theodore in the Wire Entertainment report. On the Cosby Show has died. Warner, who was 54, drowned at the weekend while in Costa Rica, local authorities. So we always want to look at, excuse me, we always want to look at other numbers they give us. So they give us 1400, military time, 2000 GMT local time. So they give us these certain amount of time. So 1400 would be what is 1400? 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock would be 1400. So they give us those military times and things like that. And I might be off of my times. I think I'm sucking with my military times right now. Now 1400 is 2 o'clock. I apologize for that. I'm sucking. Okay. They give us the 1984 to 1992, please. A couple of more years. 2023, which is 2, 4, 5. That is 8, the number 8. And that's what they give you on this little Y entertainment piece. But the big piece, they put it in bold letters. 54. Star drowns, age 54. So let's go to the rest of the gematria that we have. So let's start. Costa Rica. So he dies in Costa Rica at 89, 35, 64 when we talk about Costa Rica. And if we go to the date of the report, you see that was a date with 35 numerology. So they matched up the energy on the report date with death day. So we see those two dates have to match up to get that energy flowing for the death ritual. Sacrifice. We know sacrifice 73, the 21st prime member of the report is on the day of 73 numerology. So that's the first number you get is 73. So they're communicating through the numbers. Like I say, to the average person, this is ridiculous. It's stupid. We're stupid. You're talking conspiracy, yada, yada, yada. In the world of numbers, it's mockery because they know that the common person, they don't care about this. They're grieving over Malcolm Jamal Warner. They're not being mindful of, hey, this story sounds strange. I know Malcolm knows how to swim. I know he's not stupid enough to get caught in the riptide. But they play on that with, well, these things just happen. Or these things can happen, which they can. Not questioning that. But you gotta be careful with the people you're dealing with. These are very powerful, very ritualistic people. So the number of sacrifice, 73, is the first number you get when you do your gematria in this story. 73 date numerology on the date of the report. So the day it comes out on CNN, because remember CNN, my friend told me CNN didn't even spend time, most of the time, talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner. They spend the time talking about Bill Cosby and the rape case. And the other thing I told you guys, when these things hit the major news cycles on major news feeds, be very mindful of it. Because why are they reporting it? And they report it a certain way. Okay? So here's CNN reporting it. They put out the time of 2:30. 2:30 can be seen as 5. 5, the number balance, sometimes 6 if you multiply 2:30. 23. A native New Jersey Warner started acting at age 9, so they bring up the number 9, which is another number of completion. And this was Bill Cosby Monday talking about Theo to CNN. So you have to really watch, what goes on with these things. And if I'm one of the other Cosby children, I'm wary because we don't know where this is going to go. But definitely on that day, a day with 73 numerology, 37 numerology, they're throwing it out there, and we definitely get the kill code. But that 73 was the first thing you saw. So they wanted you to know what this was. This was a sacrifice. They wanted you to know right off the rip what this was. Murder, 79. 79 is the 22nd prime number. So we're right back in the world of prime numbers when we talk about things like murder. Did I just lose all my stuff? And that's a prime with that. It just appears I lost all my stuff. Okay. Costa Rica, where this happened, 3564 numerology. And we talked about as far as Costa Rica. We go back to Costa Rica and go back to that. And we got 35 date numerology on the date of the report. So definitely pay attention to date of the report, how they did those numbers on the date of the report. All right, so they took a lot of the stuff that I put on here and wiped it, but it's not going to matter. All right, so we'll start with Theo. Remember, Theo is 21. So remember, 73 is the 21st prime number. Theo is also 15. So they'll take you right back immediately to what? Take you right back immediately to the number of sacrifice. Remember, 73 is the 21st prime number. See how they immediately took you back because they called him what? Theo Huxtable right off the rep. So they want to remind you that this is a sacrifice. So Theo Huxtable is 21. I'll go back to the number of sacrifice, and we see that sacrifice is 73. 73, for those who didn't get it, is the 21st prime number. So that's how they do it. Like I say, the energy must match for a death ritual. The energy must match. So we got Theo at 21. Theo Huxtable is 51 and 57. So we got 51, 57. So on the day of report, there's no 51 or 57 energy in the day of report. There's some 53. Day of death, and we're going to go back to the day of death. The actual day of the crime. We get to 27, 54, but no 51, 52. That prophecy number is right there in our face. So Theo Huxtable. Oh, my stuff is not gone. Okay. But Theo, 48, 21, 15, sacrifice 73 to 21st prime number. 46 is a sacrifice number. Anytime you see the number 46, that is a number of sacrifice. Costa Rica, 35 and 64. And see how Costa Rica's 35? And we talked about show history, that's what it is. But Costa Rica is 35. So we see right off the bat that next day, day of death, we had the 34 energy, 54, 27. Day of report, as I said before, day of report, you had 35 energy. So they had 35 and 55 energy moving in this ritual. Okay. So Malcolm Jamal Warner itself, 68, 112. Okay, we have the 112 code. Rape case is 68. So remember CNN starts talking about Bill Cosby and the rape case. As my friend told me, they were so fixated on Bill Cosby rape case, they weren't talking about the life and times of Malcolm Jamal Warner. They were talking about Bill Cosby and the rape case. And see how rape case vibrates with Malcolm Jamal Warner. Malcolm Jamal Warner, 68. Bill Cosby's rape case is 68. See, those energies match because now they're bringing us to who the sacrifice was for. Bill Cosby, 36 and what? 54. Once again, Bill Cosby, 36 and 54. 144, the time number. But we see Bill Cosby is tied in with that 54. Malcolm Jamal Warner dead at 54. Do you get the picture now? Why would Bill Cosby's name and gematria equate to Malcolm Jamal Warner's death date, which is 54, when Malcolm Jamal Warner died on the day with the numerology of 54? They bring you back to who the sacrifice was for. And don't get it twisted. Bill Cosby has sacrificed a number of people in his own family for power, to keep himself alive. These people are sicklings. And even Bill Cosby, who cheesed in front of your face for years, is one of these sicklings. The Bill Cosby show was the Cosby rape case. That was the Bill Cosby TV show he promised. And remember, that show was on for several years. And that's a totally different video when we talk about the Bill Cosby rape case and how they set up that show. And people watched it religiously. But Bill Cosby sacrificed his son. He sacrificed his daughter. It's been a lot of sacrifices when it's come to Mr. Cosby. So he can sue me if he wants to. I'm broke. What's factual is factual, and factual is in your face. We've seen these sacrifices. And now we chalk up another one so Cosby can save his butt, because that's the type of sickling he is. He doesn't have to worry about it because the Creator will deal with him when the time comes. But Bill Cosby, 54. Malcolm Jamal Warner, dead at 54. Malcolm Jamal Warner, dead at 54. I just want you to understand who the sacrifice was about and who this was for. Drowned. So they say Malcolm Jamal Warner drowned, 38 the death numbers. We know death is 38. And I'm going to bring in Huxtable because I want to do a Huxtable. It's 30 and 42. Nigger is 42. Remember, the Huxtables were the first successful black family, first on TV. Nigger is 42. See how they do it? The nigger code, they threw it out there. All right, so let's go doing Huxtable. It was another number. Oh, the number of death. So remember, the number of death is 3820. He died on the 20th. So he died on a death date, which is 20th. So be mindful of the number 20 and the 20th as being a death date. The 25th is also a death date. And we have a prime number in 97. 97 is the 25th prime. So the 25th is a death date. So he dies on a date with 20 numerology on the 20th, which is a date with 20 numerology, which is a death date. Theo Huxtable, 51 and 57. We talked about 51 and 51. It's an energy number from, let's see, 55, 73, 20. Go back to this date. 72, 36, 18. I saw 51 energy in this story. Let's go back up and see where our 51 energy, because I know I caught. But if anyone sees some 51 energy, just jump on it. And see if we definitely can find more 51 energy. And say I drowned is 38. Like we say, death is 38. That 34 is there. We saw that on his death day. He drowned on a death day, which is 34. 34 numerology on that day. 39 is a New York number. And we see 39 being a New York number. 51 and 57. I thought I saw some 51 and 57 energy, but don't see it again. But those are the numbers that I picked up out of this. Theo Huxtable, 141. But those were the primary numbers I picked out. But just if you do gematria, understanding why the energies must match up with these type of sacrifices, you see a lot of the energy that was in this story. And we'll do. I don't think I did Cosby show, so I want to do Cosby show. So Cosby show is 39. Cosby show 42. Theo dies on a date with. Oh, I did Cosby show, so that 39 and 42 energy. Malcolm is 39, so that vibrates with the Cosby show. The 42 energy, that being the first show, we'd say. And not being a certain way, but this is the reality of some of this stuff when it comes to how they've been tying it up. See how nigger is 42? Anytime you see the first, you see a 42 somewhere. They can't help themselves. They do it out of mockery. They let you know this is the first nigger, and they'll put it right there in your face. You're not paying attention. You watch the first Spider-Man. Go back and watch the first Spider-Man, the comic, the Miles Morales one. The first thing you're gonna see on that screen when the movie's coming on is the number 42. Go back and pay attention to it, and they hit me back up in the comments if you saw the 42. Because anytime you see the first anything, that's why Jackie Robinson wore the number 42, and he was complacent to the mockery. He understood what gematria was. He's a very intelligent man, and he was willing to be mocked so he can say he was the first. So that's the mind state. But those are the numbers that I saw. The key numbers is that 54-27 matchup, and him dying on a date with 54 energy. Bill Cosby being 54, the date of his death being a date with 54 numerology. So definitely it has to match up. Everything has to be done by the numbers. And this was another one of Bill Cosby's sacrifices. As I say, Cosby has a lot of sacrifices, be it his son, be it his daughter, coming out of him at the end of the rape case when he was getting out of prison. The daughter dies of the kidney failure, something where you get another kidney. I mean, a lot of people don't die. They get on dialysis. So it's been a lot of deaths surrounding Mr. Cosby from the beginning to the end. As we see him getting close to his end, and we see another sacrifice for Mr. Cosby. So be wary of these people. Black, white, green, purple, red. A devil is a devil. Doesn't matter what color the devil is. The devil is a devil, and it's a mentality of evil. They don't care as long as they do what they got to do to sustain their so-called legacies. They'll be willing to do it. Don't be surprised if the Cosby Show doesn't jump back into syndication at very high levels. Don't be surprised if that's something you don't see down the road. So before closing up, just making sure we haven't missed any of the energy, but I think we caught everything in this death ritual. Rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner. His brother just wanted to be an actor, but he got down with the wrong set of demons. Mr. Mahdi, peace and hair grease.